Okay, we are here at Discovery Cove, and we are at the grand opening of the Grand Reef. And we are here with Stewart Clark, and he is the Vice President of Discovery Cove. So can you tell us a little bit about how it feels today to see this wonderful plan finally come to fruition?
Absolutely, and first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to come out here today, because it is such a great day and a special day for us after probably 6 years of planning, or 5 or 6 years of planning, all kinds of meetings and sitting in offices and rooms, and then 14 months of construction. Here we are today, and we're so proud of the product here. Really the big test today, and the big testament to the success today, were those first 5 or 6 families that got in the reef, and you can see some of the results right behind me. They're just having a great time.
Absolutely, it looks like everybody's having a blast. And what would you say are the main things that you're really hoping that this will accomplish and that people can look forward to when they come out to check it out for themselves?
The biggest thing, the biggest difference is with this reef, we actually took lessons that we had learned from our various projects. So from the reef that we had for years at Discovery Cove, also from our other attractions around the parks and around our other parks around the company, and then we've tried to apply those right here. So we took not only the things that our employees really had suggested for years, but also what our guests had asked for. So areas like behind me where there's shallow water, and then it's actually going into deeper water. That way people can actually, that maybe can't swim as well, can be right next to someone who's a great swimmer, and they're both enjoying almost the same experience. So also, as you're looking in the background there, you're seeing the bridges that run around the reef. Something brand new for us. You're actually able to look down into the Grand Reef, whereas before you really had to get in to see all the areas in our old reef. So we took those lessons. We've added a couple really cool new species. One of them is a lionfish area, the area underneath the dock that you can see over there. That's actually a lionfish exhibit. So inside of there's 3 walls of glass, and that has an amazing conservation message, because those lionfish are actually an invasive species in the state of Florida. So they'll actually be up and down the coast, and sometimes be almost fished out and destroyed by fishermen, divers, and collectors. And instead of that, we've actually found a place here at Discovery Cove where those fish can come and not only have a great home, but also give us a great conservation message, talking about the importance of, if you have exotic pets and you want to, get rid of them, or you don't have the time or the care for them anymore, bring them to places like Discovery Cove, and places that'll take great care of them.
Yeah, and I know that's really one thing that you guys really try to strive at the SeaWorld parks, is that conservation message. And so do you think the Grand Reef is fitting in really well with that? Like you mentioned, that lionfish exhibit, and looks like people are going to really get that appreciation getting up close with sharks, with stingrays. So you think that kind of really fits in with that message? I
do. That's what we're really all about at SeaWorld Parks and Entertainment and Discovery Cove, is bringing people closer to nature and bringing people closer to animals. And then we watch guests, and as they leave the park, sometimes we'll get letters back from guests and say, oh, now I've taken the time and I've actually learned how to swim. Other times we'll have guests that just write back to us. They want to check up on their favorite animal, and they also tell us about their experiences out, if they're out on a boat ride or they're at the coast, and just that great experience lets them take that knowledge and sort of bring it home so they can carry that message forward.
So they're really making connections with the animals here, it sounds like.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, just this morning I talked to a lady, and it was such a great conversation with her. She was standing on the side of the reef. Her 2 children were in the reef, and I walked up and I said, ma'am, what's going on? And she said, well, I'll be honest, I'm just still a little bit nervous, because she had been stung by a stingray one time somewhere up in North Carolina. And so, we started talking about the rays that we have here, and the rays here, we keep all their barbs trimmed. And it was so ironic, because we had the person from Aquarium was there that had the checkoff list that we check the animals, and they are all checked at least once a week. They have to be checked, and every single ray in here is checked to make sure their barb is trimmed. And so I was showing her that, and I showed her the list, and so she started venturing in the water. Then, a couple of our cow-nosed rays swam by her, and I think she's going to leave here today. She's going to be a huge ray fan now, instead of, being so afraid of them all the time. So.
Oh, that's absolutely great. And then just kind of veering away from Grand Reef for a second, and just the overall concept, seems like Discovery Cove is a park where you can come even in the peak season and really just kind of get that personalized experience.
Oh yeah, you can come, peak season, off season, whatever the normal season that you would be used to in Orlando. That's the key thing here. It never feels like a busy day here. We never have many more than 1,100 people or so in the park. Our dolphin swim program, we only do so many dolphin swims a day, and so it's just people that are doing that experience along with their family members. And now we've added the Grand Reef for visitors who maybe have been here before, you know, we've been open, this is our 11th year now, and we see, you know, visitors who want to come back and want something fresh. This is more than fresh. This is just amazing. It's been such a great, you know, for the first day, we're just so thrilled with the results.
Absolutely. And then I noticed something on the map. We have a coming in 2012, and I don't imagine you can really talk too much about that, but can people actually look forward now, since this is the first expansion since Discovery Cove opened, to seeing some more exciting things in the near future?
They can. You know, the key thing with our company, with SeaWorld Parks and Entertainment, and under the leadership of Blackstone and the ownership of Blackstone, we've really forged ahead, and we keep reinvesting into our parks. And this is a great example of that. But we literally last night, as we opened this attraction, we closed the other one and have already started the initial parts of that project. So, you know, the team here, they were all making fun of me, saying, you know, I wouldn't even give them a one-day break, but that's what we think is key, so that way we can open next year in 2012, a brand new area. We're going to refresh that area up front of the park. Can't tell you a whole lot about it yet, but I can tell you it's going to involve fresh water, and of course it's going to involve all of those interactions and all those things that Discovery Cove is famous for.
Well, that's great, and I'm really looking forward to checking that out next year. And in the meantime, thank you so much for chatting with us today.
Awesome. Thanks for coming.
We are here at the opening of the Grand Reef at Discovery Cove with Denise Swider, and she runs the aquariums here and knows everything about all the fish that are occupying this wonderful new area. So can you tell us, what are you most excited about now, seeing this project finally come to fruition after such a long preparation?
Well, I think one of the best features about the Grand Reef, what I'm most excited about, is the multi-level experience that people can get here. With our old reef, you had to swim to see everything. Here, you can see all aspects of it from so many different levels. You can wade like I'm doing right here on the beach, and you can wade all the way around. You can, in fact, walk all the way over to our shark area by wading. You can get up on those beaches there, walk on bridges. You can look down on our sharks. That's a great thing that we've never had before, where someone can stay dry and still get a great view of our sharks. Plus you can get in the water and get face to face with the sharks. And on top of all our levels of swimming in here, we also have our Sea Venture program, which is going to be gearing up really quickly here. And in that experience, you're not only in the water, you are under the water, and you are part of the experience here. You are face to face with the fish, wearing a helmet on your head, and you're walking right up to the shark window, looking right at those sharks, eye to eye, fish swimming all around you. Just the whole experience, just being able to see it at so many different levels is great.
Yeah, so it sounds like you can stay at a little bit of distance if you're timid, and you can get as up close and personal as you want.
Oh, definitely. The people that are ready to just be brave and get out there, you head out to our area over here where we have kind of our deeper canyon area, and there the fish are all, and the stingrays are all hanging out below you, and it's much deeper water. But anyone has the opportunity to explore all the different levels, whether you want to get completely immersed or not.
That's great. And how many different species do you have here in the Grand Reef?
We have around 150 different species of fish. That includes 4 different species of stingrays and 5 different species of sharks.
Oh, that's great. And I'm sure the sharks are going to be an especial favorite of people.
Oh, I think so. Just people have such a fascination with sharks, so I think it's just great that they can get so close to them and maybe just respect them even more.
Absolutely. And what would you say, in all your work that you've done on this, is your personal favorite of the reef?
I think the variety of fish that we have. I was one of the ones that was making some of the biggest decisions on which fish we were going to put in here, and now that I swim out here and see all the different colors and how well all the fish are doing, I'm just really proud of that.
Yeah, it has to feel great to see that vision all come together, and everybody really seems to be enjoying it today.
I think so. It's great to see all the people enjoying it after all these months of hard work. It's great to actually see the smiles on people's faces.
Yeah, that hard work shows. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today.
You're welcome. Thank you.